In total, I got 8 shortfalls during my CPL conversion, and just this one shortfall costed me 3 lakh rupees. And I'm going to break that down in today's video. But before I do that, what is a shortfall exactly? A CPL conversion shortfall refers to the deficiencies in the documentation or flight experience required to convert your foreign CPL to Indian CPL as per the DGCA requirements. And applicants may face shortfalls if their documentation is not up to the mark or up to the standards of DGCA, such as incomplete logbooks, missing flight hours, errors in your statements that you will make, totaling errors, n number of things it can be. Now, what's important to understand is a shortfall or multiple shortfalls in your application doesn't really mean that your license has been completely rejected. That's not what it means. All it means is that you have made some mistakes or errors in the documents that you submitted in your logbook, and you need to correct that error by uploading the relevant document correctly this time, and a small explanation in the text field, and that is all it means. And I'm explaining this because I've seen a lot of students getting scared because of a shortfall. There's nothing to get scared of. It'll just require a little bit of more time. Another important thing to keep in mind is that you do not get any kind of notification that your submitted application has gotten some sort of shortfalls. So my advice is always, after 10 days of your application submission, every single day, keep checking the track status page on the EGCA website right here. Go to the track status page and you'll see the status here and the shortfall here. And once you know that you have gotten a shortfall, where exactly would you reply to that shortfall? You know, the explanation and the supporting documents, where exactly would you submit all that? So for that, you again come to track status, you open your application, let's open mine. So to reply to your shortfall, you will need to go to the last page, this one. So you'll open this last page over here at the end. And this would only populate if you get a shortfall. Otherwise, this is completely invisible. You won't see it if you do not get any shortfall. But if you get, this is where you need to go, upload your supporting documents here, give an applicant a response or an explanation, and you will see the details of the shortfall here and the name of the assistant director right here. And before we start with this video, I want you to go to the channel, check out the CPL conversion documents video, the medical video, and the third part RTR and FRTOL video before you start with this. So now let's look at the first shortfall. The logbook provided does not contain any endorsement by an instructor, examiner, nor there is any mention of skill test, etc. Therefore, the logbook is unacceptable. Provide the original Canadian logbook or digital Canada logbook, whichever is the case. This is the shortfall that I got, and I'll tell you in just a minute why I got this. The logbook provided does not contain any endorsement. See, endorsement can mean different things in different countries, but in this context, what it means is, why did you not get your logbook signed from an approved examiner or your CFI? My logbook was not signed. It was signed and stamped, but only on the last page. And this is how it looks. So my stamp that I got on the last page clearly states that all previous entries have been checked and verified. So I thought, okay, it's done right. Everything has already been checked, already been verified, and there is a stamp at the end, just on the last page of my logbook. That's all. Now look at this document. We have already looked at this once, and I just want to go through it one more time. All the entries must be verified by an appropriate authority in the state of issue of foreign license and should contain endorsement of the respective stages of flight training. For example, DP signatures where applicable, solo release, cross-country flights, knowledge test, all your check rides and all of that. All of that needs to be endorsed, and by endorsed they mean a sign and stamp from your examiner or your CFI. So they really need this on all your important stages, and you cannot skip this step even if your stamp says all previous entries have been checked and verified. They don't care. At every stage, get it stamped. And to answer this shortfall, what I wrote was, good afternoon, sir. In Canada, all endorsement and ratings are given in your aviation booklet, which I have submitted. So in Canada, you do not get these signs and stamp at every other page. No, you just have, like, your license is like a passport booklet, and all your endorsements are like your visa stamps that you get, all the stickers, and you just keep pasting them. So that is how it works in Canada, and I was trying to explain that to the assistant director. I'm attaching a statement of all my flight tests. So all my flight tests and all their results. I uploaded it, and with my performance results, and the logbook that has been submitted is the original Canadian logbook. So the logbook that I have given is the original logbook. I have no other log, which is signed and stamped on the following pages. Now, I have specifically written down the name of the pages where, you know, all of these my CPL, PPL, instrument, and all of these check rides have been given. And that is precisely why I say, whenever you're submitting your logbook, make sure you have a scanned copy of all the pages so that you can, you know, give answers like these. Because after submission of all my documents, my physical logbook, my physical license, everything, you don't have anything. So how did I know all these page numbers? It was only because I had a scanned copy of my whole logbook and I was able to answer everything. So that is how you deal with such a shortfall. So I was unaware of this rule back then. Even if you deviate a little bit from the instructions specifically given by DGCA, they won't like it and they'll give you a shortfall. So you better follow all the instructions to the very T. Otherwise, it will lead to a wastage of time. A lot of weeks gone. I had to contact both my schools. I had to get more documents signed and stamped, and a lot of work will be required. So let's try to avoid this. Okay, now let's look at another shortfall. The student also got something similar to what I got. Evidence of current rating for the Cessna 172 is unacceptable. Same cannot be ascertained from your logbook as not endorsed by any examiner. So his logbook was also not endorsed properly, I believe, hence not acceptable. Mention the date on which the CPL check ride on the Cessna 172 was undertaken, or upload an evidence of the current rating. So the student also had to, you know, contact his school, get his check ride results and whatever extra documents he had to submit here. Just get all the pages signed and stamped on all important stages, because this is, it would lead to a week or two in wasted time. You'll have to contact your flying schools, they'll contact you back. There's a lot of back and forth. Avoid all this, follow these instructions, please. Now let's talk about the huge and expensive shortfall. If you make this mistake, it will 100% cost you lakhs. When I was flying 2020, 2021, neither me nor my flying school had any idea about these DGCA CPL conversion requirements, and the cross countries need to be 100 nautical miles from the point of departure. So I was landing at pretty much every interesting place. I was overflying lakes, Niagara Falls, whatnot, and it was a great learning experience. But the problem was, I was making my flight plans very complex from the perspective of DGCA. Going straight line, first leg going straight line above 100 nautical miles, second leg is 50 miles, then overflying 70 nautical miles to point D, then point D to A is 90 nautical miles. So according to me, that's a pretty long cross-country flight. But according to DGCA, only the first leg would be considered for your cross-country requirements, because only the first leg was above 100 nautical miles. So DGCA will only accept leg 1, since that is the only one that is above 100 nautical miles. So what DGCA wants is, at least for your CPL requirements, keep things simple. Fly from A to B above 100 nautical miles, B to A above 100 nautical miles, straight line. That's it. Keep things simple. If you haven't flown already or you're planning to fly in the future, just keep your cross countries as simple as possible. Or if you want to fly more, go from A to B above 100 nautical miles, B to C above 100 nautical miles, C to D above 100 nautical miles, come back D to A above 100 nautical miles. Make sure each leg is above 100 nautical miles. That is what they like to see. Now, related to this, only one of the students that I was helping got this exact shortfall. Let's go through it. Cross-country sortie on this date from landing point CYGK to CYPQ, and from CYPQ to CYA cannot be considered as cross-country sorties. Accordingly, submit a revised statement. So what the assistant director is trying to say is, let me show you the flight plan quickly. So this is the flight plan right here. So the student went from CYO departure airport from here to CYGK, which is Kingston. So this leg was 101.1 nautical miles, which is above 100 nautical miles. So this leg they're considering, they will consider this hour. So let's say it took 52 minutes in this case. So they will let you add this 52 minutes in your 50-hour requirement. However, the second leg of this flight, which is CYGK to CYPQ, is only 76 nautical miles. And that is where the problem starts. The third leg is CYPQ to back CYO OO, and that is about 30 nautical miles. So the issue is here. So according to the student in Canada, he did approximately 1 hour or 2 hours of flying, 1 hour going, 1 hour for coming back, approximately 1 hour 50 minutes, something like that. During your conversion, they'll only accept the first leg, since that is the only one above 100 nautical miles. And that is why I'm saying keep your flight plans when you're organizing them, when you're planning for your next day's flight. Keep things simple. A to B above 100 nautical miles, B to C above 100 nautical miles, C back to A above 100 nautical miles, straight line. Do not complicate things. If it's complicated things, I'm not saying you cannot do complex flight plans. I did it myself. It just creates a lot of friction during your conversion. So to avoid that friction, just keep things simple. That is my advice. Now, luckily, this student, even after excluding this flight, had enough hours to fulfill the 50-hour requirement, so he was fine. I wasn't so lucky, so when I had 50 hours of cross-country time in Canada, out of which only 35 were acceptable in DGCA. So I had to fly more cross-countries, about 6 or 7 of them, and gain those extra 15 hours. And that is how it costed me, I think, 2.5 lakhs, something like that. That could have been easily saved. And that is precisely why I make these videos for you, because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I did. Okay, that's all. Now look at the last shortfall for this video, and it says upload statement of instrument time on simulator. So instrument time is where I have seen the most number of shortfalls with multiple students. So to avoid this instrument time shortfall completely, what I want you to do is make 2 statements. One for instrument time in the air, which will include your actual IMC conditions. I don't think any one of us would fly during our CPL days, but if you have, you can add it. Actual IMC condition flying and hood time. One statement for that. The other statement that I want for instrument time is instrument time on the simulator. If you have done your instrument rating, you would have a lot of sim hours as well. I believe 20 is the requirement. So all your instrument time on a simulator, make a different statement for that, and make a different one for actual IMC conditions flying and hood time flying. So make these 2 different statements and then submit it. So it becomes very easy to read for the assistant director there. It keeps things simple and clean. So these were some very important and very frequent shortfalls that I have seen personally with a lot of students. And after talking to tens of these students, after listening to their concerns, their questions, different countries, different backgrounds, and after understanding the CPL conversion process in depth, I've put together a website, a one-stop solution for all your CPL conversion problem. Right from your requirements, documents, forms, everything explained step by step in a chronological order, all designed in a way that is easy to follow and help you understand the whole process so that you apply for your license in the given time frame, which is 6 months. Because if you're not able to do so, you would at least be spending 2 to 3 lakh rupees at a minimum in recency flying. And while I was talking to all of these students, I have made a database of all their shortfalls, especially the frequently made ones, and integrated all of that information in the website in video format and explaining each of that shortfall in a very crisp format, which is very easy to follow, like a 1 to 2 minute explainer video of a shortfall, explaining the shortfall itself and how you can avoid it. So every mistake that previous students have made, at least future students are not making the same mistakes. That is the purpose, saving time and saving money. Now I can go on explaining you everything about the website, about its contents, but the truth is it's not ready yet. I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what I have been working on from the last 6-7 months, and I'm also type rated now on the A320, so that was really fun. So the website is not ready yet, but I promise you one thing, forget about the competition. There is nothing like this in India right now, specifically for CPL conversion, right? I've designed it in a way that all of this complexity feels very simple and easy to follow. That has been the vision behind the website. There are more things, but they're not ready yet, and I'll tell you more about this in the coming months. And once it's ready, you will be able to see the link somewhere on the screen or in the description. And if you would directly like to talk to me completely for free, that link is also in the description below. And in the very next video, we'll talk about all your logbook issues, foreign logbook, Indian logbook, EGCA, logbook, how to fill them, all of that jazz. Until then, you take care, and I'll see you in the next one.